On your next exhale, curve your spine in the opposite direction, moving from the tailbone, working through each and every bone in your spine nice and slow as you exhale, looking behind you towards your thighs. Continue now. Take another inhale and arch your back. Take an exhale and curve. Inhale and arch. Exhale and curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch, spread your shoulders wide. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Feel your hands on the floor. Exhale, curve. Reach that mid back up towards the sky. Inhale, arch. And take one final exhale and curve. Hold here for a moment. Don't hold your breath, just hold the pose. Reach that mid back up towards the sky. Find each and every bone in your spine has space around it. Feel the space expanding. And find length now as you come from the curve into a neutral spine, lengthening from the crown of your head and your tailbone in opposing directions. From this neutral spine position, on your hands and knees, lift your right leg up behind you. Keep your hips even, point your toes down towards the floor, and point your heel up towards the sky, keeping one straight line all the way from the crown of your head to your heel. Now raise your left arm up, reaching it forward in front of you, extending that straight line now from your fingertips all the way down your body, down your leg, to the end of your heel. Breathe here as you keep your body even, stable, engaging your abdominal muscles. Hold for one more deep breath, and then release. Bring your knee down, bring your hand down, and switch sides. Lifting your left leg up, heel up, toes down, hips are even, and lift your right arm. Stretching it forward, extending a straight line all the way from your fingertips down your arm, down your torso, and down your leg all the way to your heel. Reaching in opposing directions. Hold here for one more deep breath. One more reach. And slowly set your hand down, set your knee down onto the floor. From your hands and knees position, firmly press both hands into the floor and step back 1 foot at a time into a plank pose. Hold here in your plank as if you're about to do a push-up, but you're not. You're staying in plank, keeping your body in one straight line all the way from your head to your heels. Breathe. Hold for one more deep breath. And slowly now send your hips up towards the sky, coming into a downward facing dog. You can bend your knees if you'd like to go easy on your hamstrings a little bit at the start. And stay here in your down dog for about 3 deep, full inhales and exhales. Inhaling, feeling your hips going up and back. Exhaling, feeling your hands and your feet planting firmly into the floor. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Feel your hamstrings gently stretching as your heels descend towards the floor. And now raise your right leg up into a 3-legged dog. Once again, keeping your hips even and keep your heel pointed up and your toes pointed down. On an in-breath, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Then cross it to the front of your body, almost touching your nose. And on an out breath, lift your leg back up into a 3-legged dog. Once again, bring your knee to your right elbow and then cross it over to the center line of your body, knee to nose, and then send it back up into 3-legged dog. One more time. Inhale, knee to your elbow. Bring it around to your nose And then lift it up into three-legged dog. Once again, inhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Bring it to your nose. And exhale, lift it up into three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee to right elbow. Right knee to nose. And send it up into three-legged dog. From your three-legged dog, step your right foot forward in between your hands, coming into a lunge. Drop your left knee down onto the floor, untuck your toe, and stay here in low lunge for a few deep breaths, breathing as you sink your hips down towards the floor. Tuck your left toe, come back off of your knee, bring your torso upright, and come into a high lunge. Reaching your arms up, your legs are active and strong. Breathing as you reach energy up through your hands and your head, and pressing down through your hips and your legs. Take an inhale now and gently tap your left knee down onto the floor, staying in your lunge, not putting any pressure on the left knee, just tap it down and then raise it back up. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, raise it back up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, up. Last one. Inhale, tap. And exhale, come up. Drop your hands down onto the floor, framing your foot. Step back with your right foot into a plank. And now move through your vinyasa, coming in through Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and then straight into a downward facing dog. From your down dog, take a deep inhale and release it out. Set your knees down onto the floor. Touch your toes together behind you. Separate your knees to the width of your mat, and then sit your hips down onto your heels, relaxing your torso down, putting your forehead on the floor, stretching your arms in front of you into a modified Balasana or child's pose. Remain here and breathe deeply just for a moment, stretching those hips and that back. And now slowly come back up, lifting your hips up and coming into downward facing dog. Your hips are going up and back. Your shoulder blades are firm on your upper back. All 10 fingers are even on the floor. Your heels are slowly releasing down towards the floor. On your next inhale, take your left leg and raise it up behind you. Three-legged dog. Hips stay even, heel pointed up, toes pointed down. On your next inhale, take your left knee and bring it to your left elbow. Now take that same knee and center it, bringing it to your nose. And then send it back up into a three-legged dog. Inhale, one more time. Take your knee and bring it to your left elbow. Hold for a moment and then shift it over to your nose to the center line. Release it back up into three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to elbow, knee to nose, and shift it back up. Inhale, elbow, center, three-legged dog. One more time. Inhale, knee to elbow, knee to nose, and three-legged dog. Take your left leg now and step it forward in between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Set your right knee down onto the floor, untuck your toe. Make sure that your left knee is directly above your left ankle in front of you. Breathe here for a moment. Get into those hips. With each exhale, slowly send your hips down towards the floor. Now come to tuck your right toe behind you and lift your right knee off the floor. Press into the floor with both of your feet and raise your torso, lifting your arms up towards the sky. Palms are facing each other. Legs are strong, body is active. Reach energy up through the crown of your head, through your fingertips, and press down strongly through your hips and your legs towards the ground. We'll now come to tapping our right knee gently on the floor. So take an inhale, gently tap your right knee down and raise it back up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, up. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap that knee. And exhale, raise it up, keeping your body stable. Inhale, tap it down. And last time, raise it up. Gently now set your hands down on the floor, framing your front foot. Step back into your plank pose as if you're about to do a push-up. And then move through your vinyasa, which is Chaturanga Dandasana, hovering above the ground 2 inches, pressing into an upward facing dog, and then straight from there into a downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog, a few deep and full breaths here, reaching your hips up and back, heels pressing down towards the floor. Hands are firm on the ground, all 10 fingers are pressed into the floor, and breathe here. Set your knees down onto the floor, touch your toes together behind you, sit your hips onto your heels, and relax your head down into a child's pose, stretching your arms in front of you and coming inward for a moment and taking a deep breath in through your nose and out the same way. Gently come up into another Adho Mukha Svanasana, or a downward facing dog. And take an inhale. Raise your heels all the way up. Bend your knees. Look forward between your hands and step or jump your feet to meet your hands in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, looking up halfway, straightening your spine. Exhale, fold back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up to standing with a straight back. Bring your arms up, and then release your hands down by your sides. On your next inhale, sit your hips back into a chair pose and reach your arms forward. Most of your weight is in your heels. You should be able to lift your toes. You're imagining that there's a chair behind you and you're reaching your hips back to sit. You're staying upright as you reach your arms forward, challenging your quadricep muscles or the top of your thighs. And on an exhale, slowly fold your torso into Uttanasana, forward fold, relaxing your hands on the ground. Bend your knees if they don't reach. And on your next inhale, bring your hands to your shins, look up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Plant your hands into the floor and step back into a plank pose. Bring your body into one straight line from your head all the way to your heels. Once again, moving through your vinyasa, coming into Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog and breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. On an in-breath, raise your right leg up behind you, heel up, toes down, hips are even. Step that foot forward in between your hands, coming into a lunge, making sure that your right knee is right above your right ankle, keeping your shin in line and allowing your ankle to protect your knee. Look down at your right heel and align it with your left arch as you set your left foot down on the floor at a 45-degree angle inward. Press into the floor with both of your feet now and circle your hands out, coming into Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2.